intro. Oh, time to get mildly uncomfortable again, I see. Or mildly comfortable, depending on how you see it. Finally, time to move on to the next game in this series of the Tale of Girls Who Grow Within a Season, Flowers, Summer Now. Or La Volume Surete, however you want to say it. It's the Summer Volume, second volume. I played the first one. It went to two computers. I am going to do what I did last time, where we'll go through the game normal, and then after that we'll play through it with a little bit of, help. So we already have the cast already. You can know someone is missing from the first game. I'm not going to spoil it. If you haven't seen the first one, go watch the first one. Go. It's on the channel. It has a number. It's somewhere. But the number's probably in the upper right-hand corner, telling you which project number it is. But there might be a new character we haven't seen yet. So yeah, I'm going to exit. Exit. And let's start getting uncomfortable.
私の心に渦巻いたものは熱狂、そして強烈な嫉妬だった。舞台の上で演じられる
There's swirled within me a feverish excitement mixed with intense jealousy. In the role of Princess Aurora, she spun in pirouette after passionate pirouette. Her hand gracefully outstretched as though to fan the flames of my desire. Why? Why does my chest feel so tight? As I watched her complete the Odette turn, how bitter was I of my own immovable legs. Seeing her fly across stage like she had sprouted wings awakened me to a feeling of awe bordering on reverence deep within my heart. I realized I had wrapped my arms around myself to suppress my trembling. But also, I knew then that behind the burning jealousy lay an undeniable love. A whisper rose to my lips, unstoppable. I wish I should be up there with her. A hero can be anyone, even a man doing something as simple and reassuring as putting on a coat on a young boy's shoulders to let him know that the world hadn't ended. I forgot how quickly the automatically moving text can get for the cutscenes. I actually forgot. Something you should know, that was Erica speaking, and something I didn't know last time between then and now is her voice actress. It's Sakura Ayane. For those of you who don't know who she is, well, if I told you that she's been in another game that's been on this channel, would you believe me? She has. In fact, her credits are actually longer than I thought. But the one that I'm concerned with, that I've been mentioning for a little bit, and it is going to get you really going, Bang Dream. She's actually Ran from Bang Dream. Also, you play Striker. She's the Japanese voice. I'm trying to think of any others that I know of offhand, or because I do have a little bit of a look here. I mean, I nailed the two big ones. But yeah, she's been around for a long time. For voice acting, anyway. And her anime resume is long. And I am not kidding, including Elisa Ayast from Love Live. So yeah. I didn't say this in the first game, but there's some real talent in this one. Something in life for The Dark Knight Rises comes to mind. But it's because I've been thinking precisely the opposite.
暑い。こんな日に上着なんてかけられたら怒鳴りつけちまうぜ。
It's so hot. If anyone tried to put a coat on me on a day like today, I'd give them a real piece of my mind. I'll just run them over. Outside the window, the verdant trees are bathed in sunlight. Even though it's the end of the school day, I still have to narrow my eyes against the sun's strong rays. Squinting, I can just make out the chapel in the distance. It really is a magnificent chapel. It just oozes history. Of course, this is a distinguished missionary school built in 1870. St. Anglicum Academy. I can never say those names right, the long, weird ones. You know what I mean. A school surrounded by dense forests and high walls, I move my gaze from the window to the ceiling of the hallway, wondering how long has passed now since I arrived. Only 3 months, huh? It feels like I've been boarding here for ages, having transferred in partway through the term, but not that much time has actually passed. Oh, she actually transferred in. Neat. I'm quite surprised. Foisted upon this school by my parents. What with my legs, I am nailed to attend classroom lessons. Back then, I played a little prank while returning some books I borrowed from the library. See the first game. She was the one who figured it out. My bookworm buddy, the face of our little library sprite, floats before my eyes. Speaking of figuring things out, I'm reminded of the 7 mysteries she told me about. Another instance of her playing detective.
七不思議血まみれメアリーの話あれは最高に笑えたな
The 7 Mysteries, a tale of Bloody Mary that gave me a real laugh. The whole situation had been so laughable, the phrase much ado about nothing springs to mind. My bookworm buddy was always getting herself mixed up in these sorts of things. Right, I'd also lent a hand when she was assailed by that weirdo student president. And I helped investigate the truth behind the Yatsuhiro incident, which had been quite unbefitting of this peaceful academy. The result of my investigations. Yet another comedy of errors. I smile to myself and look up at the ceiling as I think back on our efforts to resolve that incident. My bookworm buddy had been deadly serious, and our class president had earnestly offered forward her own ridiculous deduction. And the other, I clicked my tongue as my thoughts turned to our classmate who disappeared with the spring. She left without giving a second thought to the feelings of those she left behind. I don't particularly care myself, but for her,
さっさと向かうか。
let's go pay her a visit. Just picturing her irritated expression is making me feel the heat even more. I put my hands to the rims of my wheelchair and push it forward. Rubber tires squeak as I make my way down the corridor. For those of you who don't know, Erica is in a wheelchair. It was actually shown early on in the first game. Doesn't get her down. She actually kind of plays it off like a joke in a way. If you've seen the first game. I'm just saying this for those who forget. On my lap is a book I borrowed from the library, and the pressure of it on my thighs through my skirt is making me sweat.
電気なんざ借りるんじゃなかったな。
Should have known better than to borrow a biography. And yeah, that's her. As someone who believes that life is just a matter of killing time, I'd always vowed that biographies written in records of that time wasting were the one thing I never read, but my bookworm buddy had recommended it so fervently, I'd inadvertently found myself borrowing and reading it. It was a non-fiction title by Michael Gilmore. Like I said, weird names get me. It turned out to be quite a disturbing tale. As I read it, I wondered how one family could suffer such bad luck until by the end I had passed beyond pity to a state of amazement.
あいつもいい趣味しているよな。
Her taste is as good as mine. She may look like a graceful young maiden, but she recommends the most shocking books. Although maybe she's just a voracious reader. When it comes to books other than biographies, I'm the same. Before I know it, I've arrived before the library. Since I'm reclining back in my wheelchair, I lean forward and put my hand to the doorknob. Swoosh. A window must be open somewhere. As I open the door, it creates a thorough draft and my hair flutters in the breeze. It feels good. It smells like dust and damp and years passing, my favorite smell. I close the door behind me and go over to the desk to return the book I borrowed. At first I hadn't noticed her, but it's there that I find my bookworm buddy, staring fixedly at a metronome as though it's the first time seeing the inner workings of a clock.
白羽スオ。
Suo Shirahane. We meet again. She stares at the device despondently, looking like she's just now realized the truth behind things. I murmur her name to myself and quietly move my wheelchair over to her. Remember, the first game of this was actually delayed because of errors, so seeing how it's improved is going to be a real something. With a swoosh, the breeze blows through the room again, ruffling her beautiful long hair. Her skin is so pale it's almost translucent, and the melancholic cast of her pretty delicate features only serves to heighten its impact.
誰かが図書室の妖精と言ったのもうなずけるな。
Anyone would agree she's the sprite of the library. The words have been half in jest, but seeing her like this, she really does have an otherworldly beauty to her. Like she stepped from the pages of a fairy tale into real life.
私も髪を伸ばしてみるか。
Maybe I should try growing my hair out too. The thought strikes me as her long black hair sways in the breeze. I've never been jealous of another girl's looks, but the sight of Shirohane's hair almost elicits a sigh from my lips. The fine glossy black hair is a true symbol of femininity. Imagine myself with long hair, I have the crazy idea that my own naturally unruly hair would have me looking like Medusa from Greek legends, and I shake my head with a wry smile. Oh, Erika-san. For those who do not know this girl, well, our voice actress, Kiori Nezuka. A lot more of you are probably going to know her name. I can guarantee it. Because in Night Cry, she's Monica. Let me see, what else can I do that you guys might know? Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth, she's Rei, if you had the Japanese voice actress on it. Let me see. Girlfriend Beta, she's Fumio. Yeah, I'm just quickly looking through some of them that you might know. Problem is that a lot of these, you either have to have played or seen. Pop Team Epic, she's Pipami in episode 6. New game, she's Wako Christiana Yamato. Yeah, that anime, the one where they're making a game. Well, game company, the game. Maho Girls Peak here, she's Liz. And I could keep going if you guys really need to, because she also has a long list. I mean, I've already named some good ones, not including, I know someone is going to jump when they hear this, Aikatsu as Emma Shinjo. So you probably heard her name before, especially if you've been on this channel. You might have, you might not have. Probably not as much as the other ones, but yeah. This one's been voice acting since 1998. So yeah, she's been around for a while too. My movements cause my wheelchair to squeak, and Shirohane blinks as though waking from a dream and forces a smile. You come to hang out? Don't call me that, it doesn't feel right. She giggles slightly. Yagaki-san. My name is Erika Yagaki. The name that this girl figured out. I judge Shirohane's questioning look. I finished reading the biography you recommended, so I came to return it. Oh, that was fast. What did you think? Did you like it? She asked me with this forced smile that banishes her previous gloomy expression like it was never even there. And Yasuo is a quiet girl, so she's barely going to be above the music. That's why I had to boost the voices. I placed the book on top of the desk. I couldn't stop reading it, so sure, it was pretty interesting, but I feel like reading an action-adventure novel next, something that won't depress me. Action-adventure? How about Shakespeare? I'd recommend King Lear. Isn't that a tragedy? I parry Shirohane's rare joke, and she covers her mouth with her hand and she laughs daintily. And one of the 4 great tragedies at that. I find myself spellbound by the sight of Shirohane's silky black hair swishing over her shoulder as she smiles. My eyes are following its flow when... Oh, do I have dust on my shoulder? Oh, do I have dust on my shoulder?
いや、いつもながら長い髪だなってさ。梅雨もようやく明けてもう夏だろ。首周り熱くないのかよ。
No, I was just thinking how hot your neck must be with that long hair of yours, now that the rainy season's passed and it's finally summer.
そうね。でも夏服になったから。
You're right, but since we're in our summer uniforms now... She rubs her upper arms, now bare, and smiles melancholically. Seeing Shirahane in her summer uniform and wearing that unnatural smile, I feel like I've caught a glimpse of the sorrow of times passing. Of the anguish of those empty days that have passed since she disappeared. Of the Amate partner who should be here with us right now. No, this doesn't suit me. Gives me a quick primer. Everyone's paired up when they come here. Their roommates are basically with them for the whole time at the school. They started a 3-person program that year. Suo got 2 people. One of them left. One of them still here. We'll get the one that's still here, but we see glimpses of the one that's not here. Erica transferred in halfway. She's in a wheelchair. She has no Amate partner at the moment, especially because she transferred in, and well, her condition, I don't think they found the right person pair. I don't know if they explained why. They might explain this game, but yeah, that happened. There's 2 other characters, that's Student Council President and Vice President. They're freaking right. They're always fun to see. There's also a pair of twins that are kind of annoying, but kind of silly, but also have their moments too. They have the Ami Futami hair differential, and one of them has a mole. And I think that's the catch-up that you need for this. On characters. Oh, and the teacher is a nun. Yes, an actual one. You'll see her later on too. She's their homeroom teacher. Huh?
自分らしくない真似をしちまうところだった。どうもお前と一緒にいると調子が狂っちまうな。
I was trying to act unlike myself. Being around you does strange things to me.
それってどういう
What do you mean?
言葉通りの意味だよ。とりあえずめぼしい本でも見つけるかね。
Exactly what I said. Anyway, I'm going to find a good book. I stop Shirahane as she starts towards the bookshelves.
適当に自分で探すよ。お前のおすすめは次の機会にするさ。
I'll look for something myself. I'll take your recommendation next time. I bite back the words of consolation that had risen in my throat and wheel myself over to the modern fiction shelves. And that's where we're going to end for today. Next episode will continue right from our room, which is just 1 person, but 2 beds. I'm going to quickly look at you. See you on the next one. See you then. This will be right now Sunday and Thursday. This day in the place of Sonic. There might be a project that's coming in on a Sunday in May. If it does happen, this will be Thursday only. That will be Sunday. And then when Galaxy of Pen and Paper is finished, this will take Galaxy's spot. This is a longer game, and it takes a while. Hopefully it won't take 3 computers long. If you remember the joke, you know what happened to the last project and why it got delayed so hard. At one point. Yes, this is a legendary project on the channel. I'm continuing the story because I gotta see it through. Real quick, you know the project I mentioned that's Sunday in May that's starting? Yeah, I had to start filming this week, and I accidentally did the audio for not just this episode, but Galaxy of Pen and Paper this week. The editor that usually works on it, making sure my things are okay, went on vacation, so it's one of those moments where everything that's happened to happen, because I had to put a lot of time and energy in the project to make sure it works, because this project is very experimental for the channel, and it had all my attention. I did not notice everything because I was trying to rush and get things through. And I just caused a botch of everything. So yeah, I had to take down the prior version of this, re-upload it. I did save what I could from the old one, but everything's fixed for this one. I can't fix Galaxy of Pen and Paper, but this one has audio now officially. You can actually hear everyone's voice like you should have. And episode 2 is okay. I've already double checked it, and the rest of Galaxy of Pen and Paper for this week is fine. So this was just a mistake that happened for 3 days that no one caught. Well, 4 days that no one caught. I gotta be specific, it was 4. And we should be back on track. I will provide an update because this did happen. The project that is going to happen is May. Is looking a lot more definite now than it did last week when I recorded this. I said last month. It's not May yet. If you want a preview of it, it's on the Patreon channel. Well, for the channel's Patreon. But other than that, I'm in the episode here. We'll go and we'll just go on from here. Continue on with our stuff next episode. Episode 2 will be out later today, and Galaxy will be right around midnight like it has been. So expect a midday episode tomorrow. Hope you have fun. See you on the next one. See you again. Sorry about the mistake. It happened again, and it shouldn't have.